get a huge honor tonight, a night where a legend who may have saved his life will also be honored. That legend, Tony Gwynn, Mr. Padre, will be recognized posthumously at tonight's All-Star game in San Diego. Sale will start for the American League. 2 years after he quit chewing tobacco, the same day Gwynn died of salivary gland cancer.
I chewed tobacco from 2007 and until the day he passed away, and I remember seeing that and just being so shocked. I mean, he was a larger than life person. He was an inspiration to the game for many people for a lot of different reasons. But I quit that day and haven't touched it since. So in a sense, I owe him a huge thank you for not only myself but for my family, and you know, hopefully I can maybe sway somebody in the right direction as well, like he did for me.
Wow. Gwynn also had an enormous impact with his play, arguably the greatest hitter of his generation. More than 3,000 hits, 8 batting titles, a lifetime .338 hitter, including batting better than 300 for 19 straight seasons. Current Orioles outfielder Adam Jones grew up in San Diego, idolizing Gwynn, and explains how Mr. Padre will always be felt in their city.
Go to any baseball field in my hometown of San Diego, and you'll find a kid wearing number 19. A kid trying to beat Tony Gwynn.
That guy can flatten out a hit.
If you ask me, no baseball player has ever meant more to a town than TG meant to San Diego. With the 2016 All-Star Game coming to Petco Park, everyone will see Tony Gwynn Drive, a Tony Gwynn freeway sign, and a Tony Gwynn statue. Here's how all that happened.
Tony came down to San Diego in the 70s from Long Beach to go to San Diego State College and be a basketball player.
And this kid, this little skinny kid with the afro, who was a terrific basketball player. That was his first love.
After the season, we'd always go over and watch them play. I remember him saying, you know, I want to play baseball, I'm going to play baseball.
And he goes out and gets like 6 hits in a doubleheader, and he hasn't picked up a bat in like 2 years.
TG was a baller. June 10th, 1981, he was drafted by the San Diego Padres and the San Diego Clippers. Didn't look like Tony was leaving town anytime soon.
It was like, this is our destiny and where we're supposed to be.
We were one of the worst teams in the history of basketball. When we drafted him, we were happy as can be.
His scenario was, I probably wouldn't last 2 years or a year in basketball, but in baseball, I think I could play about 9 or 10 years. So that's why he chose baseball.
In 1984, TG not only won his first batting title, he helped the Padres reach their first World Series. From then on, en route to 8 total batting crowns, the city worshipped him, especially kids.
That was the reason for going to Jack Murphy. Want to go watch Tony Gwynn get that base hit in the 5.5 hole. It was who I tried to imitate when I played Little League and growing up.
Tony Gwynn immediately became my favorite player. It's a really small city within a big city. He was around a lot. You could see him.
His autograph's got to be worth about 5 cents because he must have signed 100,000 autographs.
But TG's real signature was his laugh.
Just an unbelievable laugh, and like it was a full body shaped laugh.
He used that laugh to bring people in, to let them relax. He removed all the barriers.
That's something about Tony that will never leave my conscience, is his laugh. My goal every day when I saw him was to try to make him laugh.
He repped San Diego everywhere he went, and TG was going places. Scoring the winning run at the '94 All-Star Game, hitting a tater at Yankee Stadium in the '98 World Series, getting his 3,000 hit in '99.
There it is, number 3,000 for Tony Gwynn.
He could have signed for more money elsewhere, but he'd take less cash to stay, even when the Padres were struggling.
Oh my gosh, I begged him to go to another team when I was, I think it was 16, 17. After you get a taste of it in 98, you kind of want to see him have another shot to do it again.
There was one time when he was this close from becoming a Cleveland Indian. I was like, Cleveland? Tony in Cleveland? Really?
Tony Gwynn was never going to Cleveland. Are you kidding?
It was at the 11th hour, and he just looked at me and said, you know I'm not going anywhere, Boggsy. Time for another San Diego discount.
Fans just thought, boy, this guy's different. There's no greed. He's our guy. He's Mr. Padre.
He said, you know what, Leash? This is the greatest place to live. I don't want to uproot my children, and this is the greatest place to play.
And TG wasn't just raising his own kids. He had foster kids from the San Diego area living with him also.
I don't know who my dad is, so I used to pray to God. I wish I had a famous father. And then God blessed me with Tony Gwynn. They didn't know me from nothing. I'm in this big house. I'm in around memorabilia that's worth lots of money. They trusted me with all that stuff.
If he had a chance to help a child, a kid, he was all for it, without really any hesitation.
As if TG wasn't San Diego enough, he retired and became the head baseball coach at San Diego State. I would have been his first recruit if I hadn't been drafted. I mean, who wouldn't want to be coached by the best hitter of his generation?
I thought he was crazy at first because I thought he would be a major league manager or a hitting coach or something like that. No, he wanted to coach San Diego State.
He took a job in a stadium that was named for him. I mean, how many people do that?
On the day he was enshrined into the Hall of Fame in 2007, San Diego stood still.
I'm proud as heck to be a San Diego Padre. I played for one team, I played in one town.
And when he died in 2014 of cancer, San Diego stood still again at his Petco Park statue.
I thought, how is this city going to get through this? The upper stands here. They started chanting, Tony, Tony, Tony.
It took me a couple days to really grasp the fact that he had passed away. He was the city of San Diego when it came to sports.
He's still Mr. Padres. Even if a guy comes in a couple years, signs as a free agent or whatever, and helps them get a world championship. San Diego Padres is Tony Gwynn.
I still have his laugh on my iPhone. I keep it there all the time. And I need to pick me up, man. I just listen to that laugh. And it's just, wow. Wow. I just love that so much, I can't begin to tell you.
Tony Gwynn was every bit of his nickname, Mr. Padre. The team named a street after him, retired his number 19 jersey, and he's the only player to have a statue outside Petco.